Maria, what's going on? Loving that.
Well, I wasn't invited anywhere to dinner for ages.
I want to actually kick it to John and Graham, because I know you guys felt like you really underutilized Maria and that character of Mrs. S in season 1, and you really wanted to give her some more meaty stuff to do in season 2, didn't you?
I don't know. I wouldn't say underutilized.
Well, what'd you say?
She was a sleeper.
Okay.
Yeah. We kind of knew that Mrs. S was a badass, and we were waiting for the right time to show off her badassness.
In truth, we just couldn't fit it in the first season. So yeah.
We do have another Twitter question. This one does go to Maria. It's from @LucyLovesJuice. Okay. So do I. Will Mrs. S get any action next season? Well, she got some action last season. I know that, if you know what I'm saying.
Those gams.
Another Carlton rendezvous, Maria? What's going on?
I don't know, is Carlton coming back? That was something. A lot of people have been saying today that they're really interested in Paul and Mrs. S's tea sessions.
Maybe make that tea a little stronger,
I
Mrs.
think that was, might be a little step too far for Sarah and Mrs. S's relationship now. But I don't know, anything that comes, none of us ever know what's going to happen. We don't know like you don't know, and we're just excited and trust them and know that it's going to be exciting, and that whatever happens, we won't expect it. So it's fantastic for us to work. It's really brilliant.
Let's jump down to Ari for a minute. Yeah, you can look. You've seen what Tatiana has to do to prepare for scenes. I understand you went on set to watch the big clone dance party scene, which must have made your head explode.
Yeah.
How much have sort of Graham and John and Tatiana sort of prepared you for maybe what's to come, playing different characters in season 3?
I'm still waiting to find out what I'm doing. We've had a couple conversations, and I know a little bit about who I am and about where we're going, but Tat's one of the most generous actors you'll ever work with, and I know if I ever do have any questions that she'll be there to answer them. But you know, it's a very personal journey, I think, her creating her characters and me creating mine, so I really look forward to it.
And you were a character that was supposed to die.
I was.
You're not supposed to be here. Paul was supposed to take you out at that
6.
bar scene, right?
Episode 6, yeah.
That's how John Fawcett introduced both of us. He was like, "Hey, this is Ari, and you're gonna kill him, Dylan." I was like, "Sorry about that, Ari." But it never happened, thank God, because Ari is such an amazing addition to the cast.
Yeah, he just showed up, you know, in that first episode, in that diner scene, and sitting opposite him was like, this actor who's so present and so just had this well of depth, just and shit. Like he was just so. I didn't. Sorry guys. Stuff. But he's just such a presence, and I think getting to use him in this way next year is just so exciting and just going to elevate the piece, I think.
Dylan,
Yes, Dalton.
Still don't trust you, man.
I wouldn't
Still don't trust you. I just don't. I know you've been under.
Dalton, I don't trust myself. I mean, seriously, what's going on here?
Well, I mean, I know you're undercover. You had this whole ruse. The Afghanistan thing was just a ruse to get into the diet. But how can I be expected to trust you when Paul is off doing stuff like this? Let's take a look.
Why wouldn't you be?
So what is Paul's a good guy all along? Just has to part of the job there. I mean,
part of the job. It was a tough part of the job because I have a big man crush on Jordan Gavaris, and I think you all know that.
We deal with it routinely on set.
Routinely.
It comes up.
And
we keep it professional, mostly.
Very professional. And my man crush on Jordan Gavaris is almost as much as my crush on Clone Club. So when I read that scene, I was like, you guys are gonna hate me.
That was hard for you. You were not.
I thought Paul would become unredeemable after that, but he was doing it for a reason.
But you know what? I gotta say, you did so well being comfortable enough to show everybody, because you're putting yourself on camera for millions of people. You felt that was so brave that you got comfortable enough to do that, to show that nasty part of yourself, to show that side. That was amazing.
Thanks, buddy. But you see that little hint of
I have man crush on him.
Man crush. You see that little hint of regret when he puts the gun in his hand, so you know there's that tinge of goodness in him. But at the same time, I must say, Jordan got me back during that scene for doing that to him. Because Felix wears some high heel boots. And when I was we did about 10, 15 takes, and every time I flipped him over and pushed him down, that boot kicked me in the exact same spot on my shin.
Oh,
I think
you
I
never
still
told
have a
me
scar.
that.
And then Jordan, after the scene, he was so into it, he spit on me.
Who's nasty now?
Yeah, who's nasty now, Club?
I never said I wasn't nasty.
And after this scene, I was like, Jordan, if I didn't love you so much, that would not be cool. But it was cool. I bottled it, and it's now on eBay. So if you guys want it,
All right, well, we saw Paul taking charge in that last clip, but there's another guy who took charge, right? A guy who's not going to be pushed around any longer. His name is Donnie, and here's what happened when Donnie decided to push back.